Got a mess. Don't walk fast. Oh. Oh, nice. Look at that, folks. Water in the seat. Hey folks, Eric the Old Jarhead here. Welcome back to the channel. It's gorgeous out here, except for the mud. But as you can see, yeah, it's a little muddy. Got a little slippy coming around some of the corners. It's that time of year when you're getting the melt, but the ground is still frozen a couple inches down or more. As a result, the water can't go anywhere. So it just liquefies the dirt. Might get a slash fire going. Buck up some logs. Got a bit of a lake here. So probably burn some slash. I think one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to get the tractor warmed up. And once I get the tractor warmed up, I'll try to get some gravel and dump it, right in here. Try to fill up where this water is and just clean this up a little bit so that it's not quite as sloppy. It gets pretty bad. Sometimes it was really wet in the spring. Oh, this lake here starts running this way and it runs right through my woodshed and then heads out that way. So, yeah, it's a little wet. I think what I'm going to do now, try to get a fire going, see if we can't burn a little slash while the tractor's warming up, and then get to moving some of that gravel. And of course, Tim's here, so first thing he did was add a little more fuel there for us to burn later. Tim's awesome. It's gorgeous out here, folks. I think it's time to get a fire going. All right, here we go. This is the fire pit. Decide how I'm going to do it. I think we'll go this way. Dryer lint. It's one of the best fire starters there is. Of course, if you think about it, it's how people start their houses on fire, right? So, all right, it's a little bit of an angle because I'm trying to keep it out of the snow. I want to make sure we get a little bit of windbreak here. There we go. There. Get some flame. Come on. All right, let's see if we can find some dry slash to start with. There may not be much dry, but we could also put some more firewood on there if we need to. Small stuff to start with, or really gnarly sticky stuff if we need to build it up a little bit more. And then I'm gonna get the tractor going and see if I can get some gravel. And then we've also got that electric chainsaw. So if you want to use that and buck limbs too, that's fine. All right. I'm going to have to deal with this. Well, folks, I'm not going to try to keep going. Part of the problem is where I'm getting my dirt from, my gravel. There's a lot of fines in it and a lot of rocks in it. And I was able to make it so I could almost stand in here, and I could put a little more in, but honestly, I think the tractor just made it worse. Really soupy. So I think that's a no-go. I thought maybe I could get some of this dirt I've got here that was dry and get it in here and just try to fill this up in here so that when we're walking around the Jeep that we wouldn't be walking in the mud. But unfortunately, that's not going to work. So I'm going to have to let that I'm just going to have to let it be mud. And I can pull the Jeep forward more, and that's what I'll probably do. Pull it ahead and turn it around up here. I can move up here, but I can show you here where I took the tractor and turned it around right here. And folks, that's a few inches deep right there. Here's my boot. So my boot is below the level of the mud here. So it's just soft everywhere. So, to tell you the truth, I had some plans to do some forestry work, and I think it might be just a weekend of burn and slash, maybe fall some saplings, but I don't even know if I'm going to try to drop any bigger trees. It's just so muddy that might not be a good idea. Since I did not put my game camera memory cards back in, well, I don't have any game camera pictures for you this weekend. However, of course, the deer are back. And we actually had about 5 or 6. Oh, there's one right up there, right now. There's 5 or 6 that came down here. And they were eating, they didn't care we were here. Here we are, burn and slash, making noise. And they're just, wandering around. But I think that's because they know if we're out here making noise, then we're not out here trying to eat them. See if I can point it out to you. There's 3 trees right about here. To the right of it there is where it is. You can kind of see a white butt there. You probably can't. If I was a little closer, I could show you movement, but they're not gonna let me get that close, even with all the noise I'm making. All right, of course, the game animals are back. Oh, there it is right there. You can see, here, let me try this. There's a V-notch, big tree on the left, smaller one on the right, and that deer is right between them. I can't see it in my camera view because these GoPros don't allow me to do that. All right, let's head over here. Across the muddy driveway. Not good for my back. Oh, I've mentioned my back many times in past videos. Well, folks, things have been improving. I've had some work done, minor stuff, ablation, steroid shots, and after the last one, I got out and started walking. Been a while since I did a bunch of walking, folks, but I used to do a lot of walking. I could walk anywhere from 4.25 miles to 6 or 7 miles a day, and ride my mountain bike 14, 15 miles. I usually would ride my mountain bike one day and walk the other, and just alternate back and forth. I did that every day, 5 days a week, and then often walked on Saturdays and Sundays with my wife. And but one injury or another slowed me down, so I'm trying to get back to it. And I walked about 40 miles so far in February. It's almost the end of February now, so February 23rd. And I've already done about 40 miles. So getting there. Walking is important when you run a walk beside sawmill, or you want to be out here in the woods doing all these crazy things. Oh, it's getting cold out though. It's supposed to get down to the 30s, but this week it's supposed to get cold again. It's supposed to get down to the teens at night and get more snow, which that's good because we need the snow this time of year, folks. All right, game camera's set. Wood stove fire's going. I got dinner on a wood stove. Oh, I'll go sit by the fire for a little bit. Hang out with Tim, but it is getting chilly. God, this mud is insane. Yeah, it's all gonna be frozen in at the end of the week. Oh, get over here where it's nice and warm. You know, I built that on this little hill here, and then I dumped all that dirt around the outside, and so it's cold over there. Oh. But it's nice and warm right here, though. You know. Warm my fingers up. They're getting cold. I got ribs on the wood stove, and I think I'll do that rice and chicken thing, and maybe some beans. Should make for a good dinner. Right there by that rock. Probably can't see it. So there's the solar panels, there's a rock there, and then if you go further up, there's a rock up there. And the deer is about 20 feet to the left. Oh, there's one right in the trees behind that rock too. I might have to see if I can get over there and catch them on camera. Probably not. They'll probably decide to leave because, you know, they don't really want to be on camera. Don't worry, dear. We're just checking you out. I've actually been out here working on the well here, right here. And I had a 2-point buck right on this knoll right here. Like literally between the well where I was and right there is not but 30 yards, 35 yards. And he was right there, just eating away and watching me, didn't care. Really wasn't paying any attention. Didn't care that I was making noise. But I honestly think that the predators don't make any noise, and deer know that, and so you know they're not too worried. You're not trying to sneak up on them. So I suspect that, you know, hunters could actually probably do better if they did a little hunting. There's some dog tracks right there. Pretty good size. Could be the neighbor's dog though. There are some wolf packs around here. And, you know, it's possible that they're running around here. But, one, I don't think that the deer would be grazing right here, right now, if there was any wolves anywhere nearby. They're smarter than we are, folks. Oh, I really want to get in here and fall some trees. But, one, I don't have that much fuel in the tractor. It's got about a quarter tank, so I need to get up here and thin some more out in here. And there's some good saw logs in there, but oh, there's a deer right there, folks. See it? Don't worry, deer. We're not gonna mess with you. You're fine. Don't worry. They'll probably take off now. Yeah, there they go. Good sized tracks there. One's on the left. Could be cat. The other one's probably horse. The wild horses. Yeah, I think those are cat tracks. Lynx or young cougar. I'm trying to see if I can stroll this way. Actually, the one deer is literally right between some trees looking at me right now. Yeah, they don't care. They figure I'm not paying much attention to them because I'm doing my thing and I'm talking, and you know, I grew up in British Columbia in some pretty wild places, and one of the things you learn in those wild places is that you always want to let wildlife know that you're there. And if you let them know that you're there, and then they're going to leave you alone for the most part. She's right up there by that cistern up there. I wish I could see it in the in this camera view, but it's too small on these GoPros. Oh, there's a couple right there, moving to the right of the cistern. Oh, there they are. I'll try to zoom in for you when I edit. But yeah, so you make enough noise, and we used to do that by talking. Somebody commented on one of my videos that I like to talk a lot. Well, yeah, I do. But I also grew up where if you were walking around in the woods, then you needed to be talking unless you were hunting. Because I grew up in areas that if you were if you're out running around and you weren't hunting, you could be hunted. And so it's good to just let them know you're here. And obviously the deer, they're pretty happy. Now this area here, I definitely need to bring trees down in here. But without enough fuel in the tractor to really move them around, I won't this weekend. So, and then of course all of this here needs to come and get thinned out too. There's a tree right there that has some tape on it. That's a corner of the area that I'm thinning with the DNR. So this stand in here needs to get thinned out a bit. Now they did tell me I could leave some for the deer. And, you know, we'll probably do that. I could probably leave that little section in there. So some of these will get left, but otherwise we'll thin them out. And a lot of this stuff here, like this right here, these two, the smaller of these two should come down. And they're too close together. These all need to be 15 feet apart in here. Now the forester did tell me that this far from the cabin, they don't necessarily have to be. From a forester's standpoint and firefighting standpoint, especially because there's not much in the way of ladders. However, having witnessed enough big forest fires, I get that the advice he was giving me was based on trying to protect our cabin, our little place here, versus, you know, trying to let the forest be as natural as it can be. What I've learned is if we're going to stop forest fires, then we need to thin the forest out ourselves. Otherwise, we need to let them burn. And before we let them burn, we need to get rid of as much fuel as we can. Anyway, folks, I guess that's the excitement for now. I'm going to go in and check on dinner, but it was kind of fun checking out the deer. Got close enough, maybe I can see them on the camera. For now, I think I'll call it good, folks. I'll drop another video right here for you to check out. I appreciate you being here. Y'all have a great day. You'll jar it out.